We're back.
We're back.
Yeah,
with a bang. And
back to land.
This segment is still brought to you by Franco, Trading Enterprise.
Yeah. And give us a call, 0555-939311, and speak to us. Anything you want to know about the gadgets we're selling, if you want to know the branches we have and all of that, you can go on our website as well. And please, the numbers you pick on social media, don't call those numbers. Don't do business with those numbers. The numbers you see on the screens are the numbers you're supposed to call on anytime you want to have any information you want on Franco Trading Enterprise. It's very, very important, all right? There's a Franco app that will also give you access to everything we do. All you have to do is to just go and download it, and once you download it, you have Franco in your hands. Yeah, it's that simple, So let's do it. Let's do it. The TV screens are available, the phones are available, the fridges are available. We've got the CCTV cameras available as well. Just give us a call, come pick some and enjoy them because they're quality. And Franco Trading Enterprise.
I'm looking on the screen right now. We look like some news anchor. Good morning and welcome to BBC.
The Apiati community has been...
No, you have to go back and sit up. Yes, thank you.
So like this.
Now, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, good morning. You're still watching Prime Morning. This book is the 37-7 Secrets to Passing of Exams.
Wow.
Research is non-compromise.
How do they do it? How?
Good afternoon, with us this morning. And he's addition to the uncles.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
How's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
We're not bad.
You guys look super stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to manage them well.
Yeah.
You try to do what?
Manage you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're lucky, aren't you?
Very. A lot of guys
between
jealous of
two
me every
beautiful
morning, but that's their
women.
case.
He's the luckiest
Not
man
bad.
on earth.
Yeah.
And the most
I think you live
eligible
long.
bachelor.
Yeah.
You live-
People won't kill me, sir.
Because your level of endorphins keep rising up.
Oh, is it? Because of these people.
Wow.
You are endorphins.
Pay us.
Yeah, endorphin.
You're giving you long life. Pay us.
You need-
Your level of endorphin.
Oh,
Yeah, so you need to pay them.
What are they taking from me?
We are giving you.
Let me know,
So give us money back. We are giving you long life. Give us money back for that long life.
Oh, boy. Anyway, I got you guys. Don't worry. I got you.
Okay, so before you start, Godwin, right? So today we're going to call 37 secrets to passing exams,
Yes.
right? So retaining information
Yeah.
in your memory and everything. Okay, so earlier we did word of the day. I want to test KMJ if he can recall. What was the word of the day that we learned?
Put my gate.
What is it?
Put my gate.
Okay. This is the reason that you need a book like this.
The other one was what?
Yeah, no.
And thank our books.
Yeah, the reason why he couldn't remember was he may not have tied it to anything.
Right.
You know, number one. Number two, he may not be paying attention. So these are some of the things
He
we
was
should
not
do.
paying attention.
Yeah, so if you pay attention, you remember. You're likely to remember. If you also tie it to something, you're likely to remember. These are the secrets that we'll be talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there are 10 commandments that you can use to pass your exams. Growing up, we struggled. Oh, I remember so well. Sometimes you want to try and look and see if you can see what the person has written and the person is trying to cover it and you see the vigilator trying to look at you like, hey. Like, oh, Charlie, if only we had this.
Yeah.
So since we have 10 commandments now, we are going to, get to know all the 10 commandments. So if you have exams to write, today is a lucky day. Pick up your pen and your paper and jot down these points. Okay, so I think we should start with the very first one, right? Okay.
Yeah, but before that, like you said, the issue with exam failure may not be necessarily with what we are teaching them, but what we are not teaching them.
Okay.
So what are we not teaching them? We don't teach people how to recall information, how to remember information, how to learn. So we blame them. You are dumb. You are them. But do we take our time to teach them how to learn? I've done it for many students. They didn't know how to learn. They were struggling in school. But once they get it, they start to improve. So for me, I'm an apostle of meta-learning. For me, meta-learning should be part of our curriculum. We should find a way to put it in there. It's helping a lot of students, making learning easy and fun for them. People who didn't even like learning, when they understand, that these techniques, it becomes fun for them, and they start loving, learning and all that. Right. So it's about time. That's what I think. It's about time we actually put this one in our curriculum. So we need to strengthen the conversation. I've started. I need your support. We need to, because we need to make learning easy and fun for us. They are struggling.
I want
unnecessary.
to know this. I want to know this. Some teachers take delight in marking you wrongly. Like it's like a joy. I got this happen. Do you think when we have such teachers in the system, we'll be able to add this curriculum?
Because they don't understand the essence of teaching. They don't understand the purpose of them being a teacher. If you're a teacher and your students fail, you have failed, not the student. So elsewhere, I did some lectures in Coventry University. When your students fail, you'll be blamed. You'll be called.
I wish we had that.
Yes, because you need to explain why they failed. So when you are teaching them, you want to find a way to help them succeed the right way. So you push to get them understand. And that should be the goal of every teacher, the success of the student. Student success is the teacher's success. Right. If they fail, you failed. So if they will understand these ones, they will do it better. So even at KNUST, if I'm teaching project man, I keep telling them, if you guys fail, I failed. Right. That's how come I'm supposed to lecture. I'm still taking my time to teach you. So I take my time, break things down, make it more practical so they can understand. That is what we should do.
We need more people like you in the system then. We do. I know lecturers who fail people and they take pride in the fact that 80% of their students failed.
Some people tell you, for my subject, it's hard.
It's hard.
They scare you already before you even get into it. I mean, really.
All right, so I think we can go to the...
Yes, please.
The 10 Commandments.
So the law of reason, right?
Yes,
that's the
first law.
Okay, and you creating compelling reasons.
Great.
What exactly is that?
Yes, the law of reason, it says create compelling reasons. Your reasons dictate your result. Your reasons dictate your result. So if you have a strong reason, you're likely to get strong scores. If your reasons are weak, you're likely to get weak scores, bad scores. So look at the people who usually get good scores. They have a strong reason. What do they want to do? They want to use learning to do something great. They are looking for some scholarship. Somebody in WASI, somebody who is about to write WASI, is looking to get scholarship, looking to even study in the US, in the university in the UK. So they want to do well. They are driven. Something is pushing them. So if you don't have a reason, you don't have any energy. Something should push you. So what we say is, before you sit for the exam, you need to have a reason. You need to know, what am I looking for? What do I want to do with my results? Do I want to get into a good SHS? Is that why I want to do well? Do I want to get scholarship? Is that why I want to do well? Do I want to make my parents proud? You need to have a reason. It has to be compelling. That would dictate your actions. The guy who sits behind the book and says, this is boring. Chances are that he has a weak reason. The guy who sits behind the book, I want to learn this, I need to get this. Chances are that he has a strong reason. So you need to have a reason. Turn your reason into goals. List all your subjects. Then attach scores. So in maths, what do I want to get? In English, science, put all these ones there. They should be challenging. Every time you go to sit behind a book, look at your reasons before you study. Prefrontal cortex goes to work. It's a sea of the brain. It's connected to many parts of the brain. So once it gets the reason, it dictates your behavior. So reasons are very, very important. And you need to get it into your subconscious mind. Get it into you. to break it down for them. How do you get into it? By looking at it every time you're about to read. You could look at it when you're about to sleep. You could look at it as soon as you wake up. You're always looking at it. The repetition will get it into you, into your body. Now, the information is in your body. It starts to dictate your behavior. So if you are reading, you are behind the book, you have energy. Because of your reasons, your prefrontal cortex is working for you. So reasons are very, very powerful.
I'm smiling so much because I remember when I was quite younger, I used to do this where I would write the score that I'm hoping to get, especially in mathematics. I told you I still don't like math. No matter what you do, you can't convince me. I can't like math. So I didn't really like math. So what I would do is that because I'm hoping to do better, I would write the percentage that I would want to get in math. So before I study it, I work some calculations and all that. So I look at it, but still crying fat. It still didn't work.
It won't work because of the things you said to yourself. You said, I don't like maths. I keep telling students, the subject you say you hate it, the subject hates you back. So if you pay attention to students who do well in other subjects, chances are that they are super excited about, they have strong interest in them. So the subject you usually have interest in, you usually do well in those ones. So for me, when I was in JHS, I didn't like tree, I didn't like English, I didn't like maths.
You didn't like tree? How I love it.
I didn't like tree, but I had a target, I had a reason, I had a goal to get 111. We were doing 12 subjects,
When you
we're doing 12 subjects, so my goal was to get 111 in all of them. So I wrote it down. But I had a problem with maths, English, and tree. So I had to change the language. I love maths. I didn't like maths. I love maths. I love tree. I love English. When you change the subject, prefrontal cortex, you love it, so it has to show you evidence. If you say, I don't like it, it has to show you evidence.
Okay.
So it will show you evidence on the paper. Your F is the evidence that you don't like maths.
Yes.
Your poor performance is evidence that you don't like it.
Yeah.
So you change the language. And once you change the language, your behavior will start to change.
Okay.
I see. Wow. We're learning a lot.
You sound like magic, but
Well, we are still streaming live on
commitment to this,
Facebook, though, and you can join us and send your messages. If you have any questions for Godwin this morning with regards to how you can pass your exam, send it to us. We are walking you through the 10 commandments that can actually help you pass your exams. I think KMJ has spoken about the first one.
Yep.
So we go into the second one, the law of gaps.
The law of gaps.
Identify your weakness, that's your gaps, and work on them.
Yeah, so that's what we talked about. So when you have your goal, the next thing to do is to identify your weaknesses. What could stand in the way? It could be a subject, like I said, my problem was English, maths, tree. That could stand in my way, So I had to work on these ones, learn them more. Look for help. Maths, I was looking for help. There were some students, they were very good in maths. They became my friends. Another problem I had was my company circle. I was living at Tunzo, I had some friends. They loved to play football more.
Right.
I had to park them, so because they wouldn't help me.
Yeah.
If I want to learn, they say, let's go play football. It's the time for me to prepare for my exam. So I need to shelve it, and start working hard. So I had to, the US guy would say, ditch him, so I had to ditch these friends, and now make new friends.
I'm forwarding this to my daughter. She has to watch it. No, she has to watch this segment.
Yeah.
Because we have so many children out there who don't understand it. My daughter walked up to me once and said, I don't like this subject. And it's a subject that she once loved. And I told her, it's because your friends are telling you it's difficult.
Yeah.
And you were passing, you were getting 90% in it. So what happened? It's just, so we need to forward it to them right now. Please, forward this segment to somebody now. Don't wait. Do not wait. Continue, please.
Great. So you need to identify these gaps. And so we talked about subject, we talked about friends, anything that could stand in your way, make sure you get rid of. These are obstacles. Get rid of these ones, And if it's subject, work more on those subjects. Study them more. So I'll study maths more. Break time, I'll just sacrifice it. Second break, I won't go. I'll read maths. When a teacher doesn't come to class, that's an opportunity to catch up. So I'll be reading these subjects I'm not good at. I'll call a friend, Charlie, help me. So they were really helping. These things were really helping. So you need to identify what could stand in the way and make sure you overcome it.
Yeah.
That's the law of gaps.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's move on to the next law.
Yeah, there's Brofo there.
Yeah, there's. I was going to give it to KMD to do it, but
The law-
let me do it. Okay, take over.
The law of Goddish oscillations.
MJ practices in his head.
Studied short Goddish cycles. Okay,
Great.
so-
So oscillation means cycle. Yeah, so the law of God
You
is
didn't know.
oscillation.
KMD,
so-
please.
Like we talked about, remember last year, we're doing this one for the BC and WASI candidates.
yeah.
So it's a time of the year. That's how come we're here to talk about. Last year we did it for them. And we talked
And the
about
feedback was awesome.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
feedback was great. Even till now,
Yeah.
people still give us feedback on that. Yeah.
True. Thank you. And we talked about the way to learn.
Yeah.
We said that you don't need to go all the way without taking a break.
Yeah.
Somebody will sit behind the book 2 hours, 3 hours, without taking a break. The chances are that you get to remember the first and the last, in between very weak. So you need to break them into short cycles. That's the law of Goddish oscillation. So we recommend the 30-7-7 to students. You read for 30 minutes, you go over for 7 minutes, you take a break, you come back and continue. When you do that, you're likely to retain more. I'll be doing a free session. So for our BEC candidate and WASI candidate, so when we do that, we give them all the details. But if they've not watched it, they should also go online. You could go Facebook, Joy Prime. They could have it. Then we have the explanation there, so we could go through everything. But read in short cycles. You could do the 30-7-7, learn for 30 minutes, go over what you've learned, then take a break and come back and continue. That will help you remember more of the things that you learn, than to go all the way.
2 hours.
2 hours, And even when we do that, we don't go over what we read. So we've created the memory, but we don't strengthen it.
Yeah.
So when you go over something, you've created a memory. So as you're listening to me, memories are being created. Cells are coming together, But if you don't review them again, they get weaker.
Okay.
So when I'm done and go over, they get stronger.
Wow. The law of attention. So we are not going to give all the details out because we want you to actually go purchase the book. We are giving you only 5 pointers. The next 5, get the book.
Yeah.
Now, if you hear these 5 pointers and you don't get the book, you fail.
And for me, you should get the book and read the last one, the 10.
Yeah.
The last one is very
Exactly.
powerful.
Yeah, the last one is very powerful.
Yeah.
You should read, that law, and trust me, you would love it.
So let's do the 4th one, the law of attention.
I love that one, law of attention. Now, there's a phrase I use, attention is energy. Energy is retention. So when you pay attention to something, you give it energy. And when you give it energy, you're likely to retain it better. Because learning is about energy, learning is about attention. Now, as we are talking, you are listening to me. The fan, the air conditioner humming, but you may not hear. Why? Because your attention is here. So this is how the mind works. If you pay attention to something, it allows it in.
Okay.
If you don't pay attention, it filters it out. Because there are a lot of sensory data, lots of information coming in. It can't allow you can't take all of it. It's not necessary. Some of them are not necessary to you. So to the mind, what you pay attention to is what you are interested in. What you don't pay attention to the mind, you're not interested in that. So it doesn't allow it in there. So when you're learning, find a way to pay attention. Question is, how do you pay attention? Because you are reading, and these days our attention span has even reduced. We're saying it was between 30 and 40 minutes. Now it's gone to like even 10 because of social media.
Yeah.
Because you keep scrolling. You see, you keep scrolling.
Yeah.
So your attention span is reducing.
Yeah.
So when you are learning, it's affecting many students now. They can't pay attention. So when you are learning to pay attention, Number one, you look at your goals to activate your prefrontal cortex. Then number two, you should be writing the key points. When I'm talking to Asieduwaa and Asieduwaa picks the pen and starts to write, he will try to finish what she's writing before she listens to me.
Yeah.
You know, so when you put the pen down, when you start to write, then it makes your mind goes to where
What you're writing. Yeah.
You know, so as I'm learning, I'm jotting down the key point, you know, and that will help me pay attention. And if I'm writing, it's double input. I'm seeing and writing. Writing is touch.
Right.
So you know the senses, touch, sight, hearing, taste, you know, all that. Smell is also part of it. So I have double input, getting in. I'm seeing the information, I'm also writing it. So I'm touching, it's like I'm touching the information when I'm writing. So double entry, that facilitates retention.
Wow. We promised to do 5, but we won't. We have changed our mind. Oh, we should do it. Should we do it?
This is the book, you know. Those
Should we
of you,
do it? KMJ said, should we do the 5th one?
Yeah, I think we
Let's
should.
just
I think
give
we
them
should.
the
Okay, let's
one.
just do it.
Because from attention, there's something very special you need to do, and that's the number 5. And so we will do the law of recall.
Okay, all right. So
All right.
let's do the last, the 5th one. The law of recall, also very powerful. Now, this guy sits behind the book saying, I want to cover 50 pages today. So yes,
a lot of work.
He's now input directed. You know, I want to cover the whole book today. He's got exam tomorrow. I want to cover the whole book, input directed. Now the question is, how much of the information can he remember?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be scored based on the number of pages you read.
Yeah.
You'd be scored based on what you remember and be able to put on the paper. So we say, don't be input directed, become retrieval oriented.
Okay.
So when I'm learning, my goal is to be able to remember what I learn. You know, so when you do that, it changes the way your mind works. Your mind will push you to understand. Your mind will push you to be using techniques to help you remember, because your goal is to remember this.
Yeah.
In the exam hall, what gets into your long-term memory is what you remember. So you find a way to get the information into your long-term memory. And there are a lot of techniques that you use, and they are all flooded in the book. You know, lots of techniques. One of them is the association. Look at this guy trying to memorize vein, artery, which one takes blood into the heart, which one takes blood out of the heart. Very difficult sometimes, very confusing sometimes. But he could use a technique because he's retrieval-oriented. He's thinking, how would I remember this one in the exam hall? So this is what he would do. He would use a technique. Vein into the heart. Okay, I see in the vein. So let me attach into the heart to the in the vein. So the one that takes blood into the heart is vein, because there's in the vein.
Right.
Now one takes blood out is the artery. Okay, what can I attach it to? At. So the one that takes blood out of the heart is artery. Once he's done that, it forms a natural long-term memory. If he's in the exam hall, he's looking for that information, the mind goes straight to the trigger, the cue. The cue, which one takes blood? It's the vein, in the vein. So he will remember. It becomes a natural long-term memory. He doesn't have to struggle again. You know, so these are some of the techniques. So when you are reading, you find a way to get the information to your long-term memory using some of these techniques that we talk about. The book has got all of these ones.
Wow.
You know, so we don't need to make learning that hard for our students. Learning can be very, very easy. When I got these ones, it became all easy. And I will tell you my story. When I was in GHS, writing these goals down, using some of the, I wasn't even aware I was doing these ones. It came to me by intuition, you know, and I got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 in all subjects.
Wow.
You know, I was a guy from Atonsu people, you know, but I did it because I had a goal. So I said the race is not for the genius. The race is not for the swift. It's for those who obey the commandments. If you only obey the commandment, no matter your situation, you will do super well.
Wow.
Have you
Tried
passed
it,
these
tested.
1, 1, 1, 1 to your kids? Like in school, are they doing very well?
Yeah, I've got my son in BIS. He's doing well. You know, he didn't like learning, but now I've given him a reason. You know,
how can your father be here? You don't like learning.
That's what happens. It's like a pastor,
yeah.
But I need to push him. Now he started learning. You know, loving it. You know, giving him reasons. You know, I touch everything to something.
Yeah.
You know, go and read, and there's something to give. So when they don't like learning, the things they love, take it from them. Let them earn it.
Right.
Yeah, so he loves to play. He has Xbox. He loves to play FIFA and all that. So I'll attach it to, okay, you want to go and do 2 cycles. If you do 2 cycles, you get to play for 1 hour. You know, he loves KFC. Okay, this Friday you get KFC, but your target is to do 5 cycles. Every day do 2 cycles. If you're able to achieve it, you have
get it.
Wow.
You know, so look at what they love.
And do it.
Take it from them. Let them earn it. Learn. When they learn, they get it. And that will give them motivation.
Where can we get this book?
Oh, we have these ones. If you go to Puppets Pizza or Kingdom Books shop, you get bookshop, you get these ones. You know, we could also put our number there if you want to call us. You could also do that. 0558 573422. 0558 573422.
Right.
Our goal is to get this one into the hands of every student.
Yeah.
You know, so I also have a goal to go to the schools that can't really afford it. You know, so to give it out for free.
Wow.
I'm also looking to do furniture for them because I have a manufacturing company.
Wow.
Yeah, so do some furniture and send it to those schools. Somewhere around September, we'll do that.
God bless you for that.
Oh, September.
So
then I'm going to tie it into, we'll talk when we're done.
3077. Grab your books. Thank you so much for being here, Godwin. We are super grateful. And definitely, we are grabbing one for ourselves.
Yes.
It's not just our children, but
Yep.
most of us who are in school, you have to grab one for yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you
all
for
time
having
will permit us for Newsflash segment is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Make sure you go get all your gadgets, okay? And you can download the app on your phone, Franco Trading app, or you can go to our website, www.francotradingenterprise.com. The number to call us on is 024-642-2338. 024-642-2338. Contact us and we will serve you. My name is Roselyn Felli. His name is
KMJ and Jeje Khan.
We have a free session as well,
okay.
online.
Online. Okay.
Yeah, so to help the candidates, on the 25th of May, I'll do a free session
Okay.
for BC and WASI candidates.
All right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they could join us as
That's
well.
25th, right?
Yeah.
Great. All right. Be part of that. And yes, we're still letting you know that we've got multi-guineas Jeje Khan in the system. Take a picture, send it to us. Let us know how you're enjoying it. Vitamins B is rich in that, and you need that, all right? So just go grab yours. This morning, the Malta Guinness new sleek can is available. And it's so sexy.